Hi, YMCA of Greater Brandywine friends. Brian Kish here. Today on World Mental Health Day, I just wanted to take time to share a few things that we could practice in our everyday lives to support our mental health, to feel better, and to just kind of bring ourselves into a more positive mindset as well. So the first tip is hydration. Hydration is something we know we need. However, its impact on mental health is of epic proportions. The brain is actually composed of 75% water. So what happens is when we even experience acute dehydration, our brain cannot produce the energy it needs to function normally. In more severe cases of dehydration, such as chronic dehydration, our brain cannot produce serotonin or other neurotransmitters such as dopamine effectively. What this could do, it can manifest in decreases in motivation. It can manifest in increased feelings of anxiety or dejection. And it could even depress our moods. Research has proven that when we are hydrated sufficiently, our brains produce the energy to increase our positive outlook and even smile more because we're feeling better and we perform better. And when we perform better, we feel better. So getting that proper hydration can be challenging. Two tips I want to share today. Number one, if water is boring for you or you don't have access to good tasting water, try flavoring it with some fruits. I like to cut up strawberries for my water, but some folks prefer limes or lemons. Another cool tip is to take an ice cube tray, fill it with half lemon juice or lime juice, and put a blueberry in it or a blackberry, whatever you prefer, and then fill the rest with water. Freeze them, and you have fruit-infused ice cubes, which you could put in your water and make it more flavorful. The second tip is to actually prioritize hydration by scheduling it on your smartphone or another scheduler that you prefer, because we need reminders to stay hydrated. The second tip I would like to share today that could improve mental health or support mental health is another freebie, and everybody has access to it. It's called sleep. Sleep is one of those things that, sometimes we say, I worked all day long. I deserve time to myself to catch up on Netflix or to do any other entertainment that I missed out on during the day. But sleep is when our brain, it goes through our memories and it goes through what we learned and it processes and filters. And when that happens, our emotional health and our mental health is strengthened. If we're not prioritizing sleep and we have interrupted REM sleep, which is rapid eye movement sleep, where we're dreaming and we're processing memories and thoughts, or our deep sleep is interrupted when our brain is getting rid of the detritus and the unwanted information that's of no use to us. What happens is, genetically, we're more prone to anxious thoughts, depressed mood, negative mindset. Have you ever heard the saying, man, you woke up on the wrong side of the bed? It's so true. Because if you don't sleep well, your optimism goes down, your pessimism increases. It's long been believed that mental health conditions such as depression and anxiety cause us sleep interruptions. Research is now showing that that's only half correct. Research is now showing that there's a bidirectional relationship with sleep. And interrupted sleep, even if you don't have a mental health condition. Interrupted sleep can accumulate and cause mental health conditions such as anxiety and depression. So, prioritize your sleep just like you would prioritize exercise and eating healthy. Set a bedtime and a wake-up time and stick to it, even if it doesn't work for the first few days or even weeks. Stick to it. Practice makes perfect. Number 2, blue lights. We're always getting emails. We're always getting texts. Your well-being is worth more than those. So your electronic devices, what they do, they mimic the sunlight. Your brain can't tell the difference. So if your brain thinks that there's a bright sunlight, even if it's bedtime, it's going to trick your body into thinking it's daytime, and you will not be sleepy, or you won't sleep deeply. So make it a priority to shut those electronics off at least 1 hour before bedtime. And the third tip is consumption. Caffeine, alcohol, and tobacco products could all alter our sleep. Even though alcohol is a depressant, it breaks down into sugar, which could cause us to be overly stimulated and wake up during the night. The third tip I would like to share that could influence and support all of our mental health is general nutrition. We totally are what we eat and what we put into our body. And your brain is a physical organ. Your mental health, our mental health, is wholesome. And that includes positive thinking for sure. However, what if I was to say that the nutrients we put into our body could also affect our mood and our mindset and the ability to consistently think positive? And it can. This is proven. So, eat whole foods. Make sure you're getting a variety of macronutrients. When I say macronutrients, I say lean proteins. All right, whether that's fatty fish, grass-fed beef or pork, and good quality chicken. If you're a vegetarian, this could be beans, nuts, could be a good source of tofu. There's a lot of options out there. And a lot of fruits and vegetables, and decrease processed foods. And processed foods meaning foods with added sugar or ingredients that don't look like whole foods, that are hard to pronounce, that look like chemicals. Stick to whole foods. I'm going to go into one example to show you the impact of nutrition on your brain and thus your mental health. Fats. Fats get a bad rap, especially in our culture. Fats are said to make you fat. They're said to not be healthy for you in general. There's a lot of different fats, and I'm going to go through 2. Omega-3 fatty acids and omega-6 fatty acids. Omega-3 fatty acids are found naturally in grass-fed beef and fatty fish, as well as some plants such as chia seeds and flax seeds. These fats are actually used to develop the neurons in your brain. Now, neurons, they are important for absorbing neurotransmitters. You've heard of it, serotonin and dopamine. These directly impact your mood and your mental health. Those omega-3s build those neurons and keep them strong. Now look at omega-6s, also an important fat, however, extremely prevalent in our diet. They're usually found in plant oils such as corn, canola, and soy. So anything fried, let's use French fries as an example. They're usually fried in a plant-based oil. So we're getting these 2 fats actually compete in the body. So if we're getting too many omega-6s and not enough omega-3s, omega-6s are actually pre-inflammatory fats. So this could, too much, they're important, but too much intake could actually cause a little bit higher inflammation levels in the body as well as in the brain, contributing to more negative outcomes when it comes to mental health. More omega-3s, if we try to balance that ratio out, well, actually, omega-3s have an anti-inflammatory effect in the body and the brain. And anti-inflammation has been shown to decrease outcomes of depression and anxiety and mental health. So that's one example of how you could mindfully implement a nutrition plan to support your mental health.